Will America buy $1 billion in Bitcoin for their strategic reserves? Will Trump back the dollar with Bitcoin? Well, one thing we know is Trump is defending our rights to sovereignty, holding our own keys, running our own node, and protecting the ability to mine. There's a lot of states who are standing up and signing off on this, but at a national level, having a president that understands where the puck is going, where the future of money is, and protecting the rights of citizens is one of the most important things that could be done today. Money drives everything. Money's in the middle of every economic transaction. As Charlie Munger said, show me the incentive and I'll show you the outcome. Well, right now the incentive is to just keep printing dollars and handing it out to anyone who wants it, and that destroys the middle class, it destroys the poor, and it enriches those who own all of the assets. So what can we do as a country? Well, the first thing we could do is immediately print $1 to $10 billion and buy Bitcoin. Why? Well, we're sending 50, 60 billion here and there to Ukraine and all of these companies. And, it's great because when we pay Ukraine, we're paying all of these war organizations that we have in America to make weapons and do this and that. But more importantly, if we have a vision and we want to have capital into the future that the globe's going to be using, we're going to be buying Bitcoin. Because say we put $10 billion into Bitcoin today, 10, 15 years from now, that will be $1 trillion worth of value. A lot more economic power can be harnessed and utilized, whether it be for war or economic expansion in America, because we're talking about a form of money that can't be debased. No one else can issue it. And studying Ray Dalio's Changing World Order, how empires rise and fall, there's the good chance that the American empire continues longer than a lot of people suspect, because when it comes to stablecoins and just crypto in general, Tether, USDC, and a lot of these dollar stablecoins, they're some of the biggest buyers of US treasuries. And if we can make dollars more accessible to the world, the chance of us losing the reserve status becomes diminished. It's less likely that the dollar will fail in the short term. So if we want to stay as the leading world order, we need to adopt Bitcoin, back our reserves with Bitcoin, and make stablecoins more accessible to others. Now you can totally say and share a lot of what Whitney Webb and some of these other folks have talked about, how Tether's in bed with a lot of these companies that are related to Epstein and the PayPal mafia and just Wall Street. And yeah, that's true. But we're not talking about Bitcoin winning versus the dollar right now. We're talking about America sustaining its position as the global superpower and what America needs to make as a decision on how to sustain that. And the most advantageous thing they could do is print $1 billion to $10 billion and immediately go buy Bitcoin over an OTC desk and hold it, and continue that over and over and over again and become one of the largest holders of Bitcoin globally. And by doing so, it's going to make a massive difference just in our ability to sustain power. Now, alongside that, what we need to do is encourage and support nuclear energy and abundant energy in America. We've got an incredible oil and gas industry. We have a lot of solar. We have a lot of wind. We need to add nuclear to that. By doing that, what we're going to be able to do is sustain more Bitcoin mining operations, and we're going to create jobs and have the Bitcoin mining industry be established in America. Upon having that done, now what we're doing is we're creating a vertically integrated system with energy, with money, and the next most important thing for us would be computer chips. We're bringing chips into America. There's Samsung and others coming into Phoenix and Austin to build chips. These are multi-billion dollar investments. By having chip generation in America and chip creation done in America, we can not only have better computer systems and hardware, but we can also create higher quality Bitcoin mining rigs. Because where there's Bitcoin mining rigs, we can monetize energy. We can capture energy and not have to fund it with debt. The moment you hook a miner up to it, it is immediately kicking off funds and cash flow. And that's important for spawning up and spinning up energy and making energy abundant in our country. And the lower cost energy is, the better it is for the lower and middle class, the better it is for businesses that consume that energy, and the more innovation we can bring to the world. Now, one thing Peter Thiel talks about is he says a lot of innovation has happened in bits and it's not happening with atoms. So most innovation's happening in the digital world, not in the real world. Well, the one thing that Bitcoin really encourages and kind of forces forward is innovation in the real world. Because we now have harnessed energy, we can leverage that energy to do things with physical materials. And that's what's going to revitalize America and bring us back to this industrial age where we used to make cars and handcrafted goods and all of these things. We're going to bring production back to America. And the best way we can do it is through funding, by having a Bitcoin strategic reserve, making the dollar powerful, bringing mining to America, creating abundant energy in America, and then making it possible so that we can bring innovation back to the physical and remove ourselves slightly from the digital. Now, the digital innovation is going to stay there, but we're going to lift back up and make it possible to be innovative in the physical world again, to bring better goods and just better physical technology that's going to transform the world. Bitcoin is at the center of all of this, and it's incredible to see. And the greatest thing that we could do over the next 4 years is print billions of dollars and buy Bitcoin to sustain our superpower as America. Thank you.